Ice cream used to be the safest treat in the grocery store. The biggest risk was a brain freeze or dropping your cone on the pavement. Today, the freezer aisle has brands with contamination records that should make anyone pause before grabbing a pint. Some companies treat safety protocols like suggestions instead of requirements. Recalls get buried in databases most people never check, and contaminated batches move across the country before anyone notices. If you think ice cream is still an innocent dessert, the next few minutes will change that. We start with one of the most concerning offenders. This brand markets itself as a wholesome, family-friendly classic, while repeatedly failing basic safety standards. Their recalls involve allergen mislabeling that could send vulnerable consumers into life-threatening reactions. The issue is not a single mistake. It is a pattern that exposes deep cracks in quality control, especially in facilities that should have multiple checkpoints. When a company treats allergen warnings like optional labels, they stop being a dessert brand and start being a liability. Another brand flies under the radar because they are affordable and widely available. Their products move through national distributors, which means a small labeling error can affect hundreds of retailers at once. Their recent contamination incident proved how fragile their production process has become. The problem is not the flavor or the price, it is the inconsistency and the lack of transparency when something goes wrong. They use phrases like voluntary recall and limited quantity to soften the impact, but the root cause is a breakdown in safety protocols. Our third brand is not sold directly to consumers, which makes the situation worse. This manufacturer supplies schools, hospitals, and long-term care facilities with single-serve ice cream cups. The people eating these products have no idea which company makes them, so they cannot avoid the brand, even if they want to. A recent contamination incident forced a recall of over 100,000 units. These cups were already in circulation across multiple states before the problem was detected. When institutional suppliers fail, the consequences spread silently and quickly. Next is a brand that built its reputation on simplicity and clean ingredients. Their marketing still leans on that image, but the formula has changed drastically over the years. Many of their products no longer qualify as ice cream and are instead labeled as frozen dairy desserts. The ingredient lists have grown longer while the quality has dropped. Stabilizers and synthetic flavorings now replace what used to be natural components. Customers still trust the brand name, which makes the shift even more misleading. Our fifth Avoid brand promotes itself with farm imagery and small batch charm. In reality, they rely on outsourced production through third-party contractors with inconsistent oversight. This creates gaps in quality control that increase the risk of contamination. Metal fragments were recently discovered in one of their most popular flavors. For that to happen, multiple layers of maintenance and inspection must fail. When a company expands rapidly without maintaining standards, consumers are the ones who pay the price. Now that we have covered the brands you should avoid, let us look at the 5 that actually deserve space in your freezer. These companies prioritize ingredient transparency, safety, and consistent production practices. They prove that ice cream can be both delicious and responsibly made. Our first recommended brand operates as a farmer-owned cooperative. They control their supply chain from the dairy farms to the packaging facilities, which allows for far stricter quality oversight. The ingredients are simple, clean, and traceable. This level of transparency is rare in the modern food industry. They do not rely on cheap fillers or synthetic flavors because their structure is built around long-term quality, not quarterly profits. When a company answers to farmers instead of shareholders, the product reflects that difference. The second brand has earned a reputation for true organic standards. Every product they make is certified organic, and they maintain direct control over production instead of outsourcing to third-party manufacturers. This eliminates the guesswork that plagues so many large brands. Their packaging methods reduce contamination risk, and their facility operates under strict environmental and safety protocols. They invest in regenerative agriculture and maintain genuine transparency about sourcing. It is premium ice cream backed by real standards, not just marketing buzzwords. Our third pick is known for being socially conscious and ingredient-focused. They use fair trade products, avoid synthetic additives, and maintain strict guidelines for animal welfare. Their ethical approach has not compromised the taste or texture of their ice cream. They also maintain a degree of independence within their parent company, allowing them to preserve their ingredient quality. Even as they expand, they continue to reject artificial shortcuts. When a brand can scale without lowering standards, that earns real trust. The fourth recommended brand delivers premium texture through traditional methods instead of chemical enhancements. Their ingredient list is short because the quality is high enough not to need artificial stabilizers. They source specific dairy and fruit varieties chosen for flavor rather than shelf stability. Their process requires more time and higher costs, but the result is noticeably superior. They maintain these standards even under corporate ownership because customers instantly detect changes in quality. When a premium price matches the product experience, it is worth paying. Our fifth good option is a widely available brand known for consistent quality. They do not position themselves as artisanal, but they avoid the shortcuts and scandals that affect many competitors. Their safety record is steady, and their ingredient lists remain honest and accessible. This brand focuses on real flavor and dependable texture rather than marketing gimmicks. They innovate through variety, not artificial enhancements or cost-cutting. Reliability in the ice cream aisle is more valuable than ever, and they provide exactly that. The freezer aisle has become a split landscape. Some brands hide behind nostalgia while cutting every possible corner, hoping customers will not notice the changes. Others choose transparency, quality, and strict safety standards because consumer trust actually matters to them. Every purchase is a vote for the kind of food system you want to support. When a brand consistently fails at safety, ingredient integrity, or basic honesty, they do not deserve your money. The good news is that safe, high-quality ice cream still exists if you know where to look. If this breakdown changed the way you see the freezer aisle, tap like and subscribe for more investigations. Let us know in the comments which ice cream brand you trust and which one you avoid. Your experiences help everyone make smarter choices.